Hi, I'm Terry from Mr. Locksmith. Pretty simple. We got the Kwikset key and knob. This is it's the SmartKey lock. So this is the SmartKey key and knob, entrance sets, thumb turn on the inside. You know what? I've never pulled one of these apart. I'm not a fan of Kwikset locks, but I work on a lot of them. I have not pulled apart the Kwikset key and knob. So let's pull it apart. First time for me, if you can believe that. Of course, the old style, there wasn't SmartKey. Yeah, I pulled apart thousands of those, rekeyed thousands, replaced thousands. But this one is first time with this. So I went to my local big box hardware store, picked it up. I can't remember the price. It was under 20 bucks. I don't really know. I think you can get them on sale pretty inexpensive from our suppliers. They're not bad. So let's take this apart and let's see what we got here. Kwikset entrance set, key and knob. So let's pull it apart. This is SmartKey, standard style they've had forever. Dead latch. The dead latch is in. In theory, you can't switch it. You can't slip it with a Lloyd or credit card. You can adjust it from 2 3/8 to 2 3/4. Pretty simple. Pull down and let it go up. So from a 2 3/4 to a 2 3/8. And again, that's from the center, the edge of the door, to the center hole. So it's either 2 3/8, 2 3/4. Sometimes you'll see 5-inch. We don't see too many of those. And that's pretty basic. Comes with, this is always good, drive-in latch, so we can change that from a mortise plate to a drive-in latch. Comes with 2 keys, no code on it. Yeah, it's mucky. It's all got grease. Strike plate, a couple screws, SmartKey Rekey tool, and some instructions. So we got some basic screws. 2 3/8. I think it's a 2 3/4. What do we got here? 2 3/4. Yes, 2 3/4. Screws in here real quick. So right off the bat, it's going to be upside down. So we're going to hand this properly. So it goes in quicker and pulls out quicker. If sometimes I just push the latch in. So just push the latch in, it falls in nicely. Let me just spin this so let's look at it properly. Here's the half moon is on that side. I call it the half moon. You know, it's got a little piece of plastic in there. You see that? That takes me a while to set that up. There we go. And you got the screws, go. Finger tight to start, just a little bit of finger. Now I keep on getting people asking, do you have a screwdriver that could put these in easier? There's no such thing. We're on a slight angle here. It's always been a problem for all types of these knob locks. So I just finger start it. If you start them, you're not going to cross thread them. If you start them by hand, I'm doing this trying to look across. So a very, very easy, basic install, entrance set. Look at that, we got it right off the bat. Again, very simple. We can lock it, lock, turn it from the inside. It's unlocked. We put the key in. We're upside down, so we're going to fix this. So that'd be counterclockwise to unlock. If you want to, clockwise to lock. And we know it's a SmartKey. And it's upside down though, and there is the little slot for rekeying it. So let's get this handed correctly first, and then we will reset it. So to rehand it the proper way, let's just take it off. And again, I push on the latch, just makes it easy to pull it out. Push on the latch. So I have my, let's see, my pickle. I have my pickle. They call the cylinder removal tool, cylinder removing tool. I tell you, it's inexpensive. You don't have this, it makes life tougher than it should be. So to remove the cylinder, it removes from the front. You can see there's no Allen key, there's no slot, there's no nothing. So to remove this so we can hand it correctly, how I want it, I want this to be the top. So I'm going to use with this part of the removal tool, or the pickle, I guess because it looks like a pickle fork. Just aim this here, aim at this post. There's all the grease. I put grease on everything. So I aim that at the post. Then I can insert my pointy part of the pickle, just put it here, and just twist it. And then, oops, that didn't turn out well. Here, let's try it again. Aim it at the post. So there is aimed at that post. Put the pickle in, and let's turn it upside down. And this just falls out. And you know what? That's made out of plastic. It's been metal forever. Again, this is the first time I pulled apart this one. This is plastic. Yuck. Take your fork end of the pickle, put it in, basically you got to get this little, it's springy, so you got to get that out of the way. And you put it straight in, give it a little push. This one's kind of tough. I got to tap it gently. Whoa, there we go. And you see what happens is the pickle forces these two little springy parts in, and then it just pops out. So that's pretty simple. So if I want to, and we'll get into that. So if I want to, we're going to hand this right now. I'll remove the pickle. Now I put a little mark where I want the top to be, and there's the top. I insert, and it just goes in. Bingo. It's held in, and I got my top. I'm going to put in this terrible piece of plastic here. It just clips in. You know, lock, unlock, lock. Pretty simple. We're going to reinstall it. So now, just give a little push on the latch. It goes in, and see, we got the right way up. Again, we're in the business of snug, not crank her down super tight. Just snug it. Okay, here we go. Now, it's right side up. I don't know, and it's simple to do, but a lot of people, I hate it when they're upside down. So at least get the proper way now. We can put the key in properly. We lock and unlock. Now, in the unlock position, I'm going to reset so I'm going to put the working key. And well, if you don't have a key, we'll go into that on the next little part. So I'm going to turn this horizontal with the slot there. I'm going to take the reset tool. I'm going to insert. You're going to hear a click. Maybe not going to hear a click. I didn't hear a click, but it went in. Remove the key. Do not twist the key. Pull it straight out. I'm going to cheat today. I'm going to key it to a blank. Put the key in, check it, and check it with the door open, not with the door locked. So this is locked. Oop, no, that's unlocked. Let's lock it. That's locked. Put the key in, unlock it. Perfect. So I cheated. I had to put it to a blank. Now let's just put it back to normal, to a key. So I put it horizontally, take my reset tool. Let's see if we hear the click this time. Yeah, I felt the resistance, but I didn't hear it click. Remove, do not twist the key. Insert the key, do not twist it. And just rotate it a couple times. And now we're reset. And the blank key or another key will no longer work the lock. So this is kind of cool. Now what do you do if you have no keys? Okay, let's say I have no key for this. Pretty simple. But we have to remove the lock from the door. Remember, to get this out easier, just push on that, pulls out easy. We have to use our pickle. Now I put a little mark, then that rubs off. I want to know which way is up, so I don't have to do this over again. I'm going to remove the cylinder by aiming that at the post. So again, this goes to the unlock, to the lock position. I want to aim the little part there at the post. I'm going to put the pointy end of the pickle, or the Kwikset removal tool, cylinder removal tool. I'm going to put it, there's a little spring there. So I'm going to push in, and then that piece of plastic falls out. And then I'm going to take the fork end of the pickle, and I'm going to, there's a little bit of a spring thing there. Let me see here. Just going to, oops. I don't know, can you see that? There we go. So I want to come in at it right straight. Now sometimes they're a little bit hard, so I'll just give it a little tap. Oops. And the pickle, what it does is forces those two pieces in. Yeah. So the pickle forces that in. Now I always have, I don't know the difference between the black one and the red one. Maybe one's older than the other, I can't remember. I've got a whole pile of these. These seem to be extremely fragile, so I always have two in my truck, several in the shop, because you never know when it's going to break. Now, the fork end of the pickle, if you look here, we don't remove the black thing. There's a little, so I just, you pull it out with my fingers. You pull that out, and I've never had this apart. This is the first time. Then the cylinder, the plug, the cylinder, SmartKey part. Now what I'm going to do again, I'm going to know which way's up. That way's up, so I don't have any problems. You could scratch it, mark it. And here is, there's no Bible in this, so use the sidebar. We'll take one of these apart another day, not today. So I want to reset this because I don't have a key for it. So let's use the red one. I got a check mark, so this means this one works. You have to set the arrow there. And there's instructions all the way around here. I'll tell you the easy way. We just set that so the arrow is pointing at that little tiny picture there. And what we do is we put the lock in, we put it flush. See how it lines, it looks the same? So we want to do that. So, you just a matter of twisting these things. I'll use this one as an example. It's just, just line it up. Pretty simple. It just line it up. Got the little picture. This cradle is for just the KW1. It's not for the SC1. So I line it up there, and then just give it a twist. Twist it till it stops. take my little reset tool. You could have a pick, you could have anything. Actually, what do they got? With this, ooh, look at the fanciness. I have a little doohickey that came with it. Let's see if we hear the click. No, I don't hear anything. Oh, big click that time. Then I put my, I'm going to keep, so we know this was the old key. Let's put it back to a blank. Put the blank in, push the lock out. Oop, pull it out, push it out. And now just rotate it and remove. Let's make sure we're in the lock position. So now we've got it keyed to a blank, but we don't want the blank. We want to, let's say we've lost the blank and I want to key it to this. We'll just go over this again. Just aim it, arrow to the little picture. Put your plug in, the cylinder, and it goes flush. See the picture? Twist it till it stops. Insert. Let's see if we hear the click. Wow, that's a tough one. I'm going to take this and do it. Wow, that was kind of hard, huh? That wasn't a click, that was a thud. Put your key in, remove it, and there we go. It's now keyed. Again, don't remove the black. I don't know why some people pull these apart to fix bits and pieces. It's inexpensive. Replace these. Any sign of trouble, just replace it. Don't fart around with it. Just replace it. So we're going to put this back into, now remember I put a little mark here so I know which way's up. I'm going to insert it in there. I'm going to take and just going to clip it in. You know, if you don't put that in, it's going to fall out. And sometimes they wear out and people are stuck with the whole thing in their hand. So again, sometimes you want to maybe bend this a little bit out. And we're going to insert it. That way's up. So I want it to go back in properly. And this just clips in. Bingo. I forgot to put the piece of plastic back. Not very bright. Just clip it in. There we go. Leftover pieces, not good. There we go. And no, there's no screwdriver that's angled at this to put it in. If this is you're in on an angle. That's simple. That's the way it is. I get all the beginner locksmiths say, "Is there a screwdriver to do this better?" And I says, "Nope. This is still the quickest, cheapest, easiest way of doing it." So again, we're in the business of snug, not over tight. Just go snug. Okay. Kwikset SmartKey entrance set. Very simple, very easy. They used to be durable. I don't know how this one's going to be with all the plastic parts. And the older versions were metal and pretty good, lasted forever. However, they're super easy to get into. So join my membership channel. I'll show you how to bypass that lock. We're going to drill it. We're going to show you why it won't pick. And we'll show you other ways of bypassing this lock. And when all else fails, you drill it. And also slipping the locks and some ways of bypassing. There's some other little tools that will bypass this lock. So join my membership channel. You'll see how we bypass this lock. Hope you enjoyed the video. Have a good day. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Subscribe to my channel. Also visit my website and you can see what online locksmith training I have for beginners, intermediate, and advanced, as well as my covert methods of entry and my non-destructive methods of entry.